You wait all that time and get excited to watch Tottenham in their opening game of a Premier League season, away at Leicester City, a promotion side, an easy fixture you would think. But you get brought back down to earth after watching a summer of dismal English football at the Euros. You think, Tottenham, you're going to bring me hopes and dreams back to life, watching some attacking play. And we did get that in the first half, but as we all were aware, and when you're watching this, you would have seen the result. It was Leicester 1, Tottenham 1 in the Premier League, opening day of the season, away at home on the Monday night football. And it was a tale of two halves and an infuriating game, a typical Tottenham game. I don't think I've seen Tottenham put together two halves of football simultaneously that were fantastic since before Mourinho. Maybe Pochettino was the last time I've seen that sort of thing. We either start really strong or we end really strong. It's never both. It's never we play a full 90 minutes of dazzling football. But again, first half sublime, second half not so good. And we're going to be talking and reacting to it today. I was due to react to it straight after the final whistle, but due to some personal circumstances, you're getting it now. And I wanted to record a piece of content and react to it. But let's get into it. But actually, before that, if you are new to the channel and just discovering me, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs, also hit that notification bell and let you know when I've gone live, and also link in the description down below, you can become a member of Sonny Talks Spurs. The podcast is returning. I do promise that. I've just been so busy with lots of stuff in my life. But yeah, I really love you members, and you keep me going during the hard times. And the hard times are in Spurs, I will say that. But yeah, such a confusing game, because I looked at this game on paper, you think, fancy Spurs in this one. I think I predicted 3-1 in my Super Brew predictions and my predictions over on the Irish Hotspur YouTube channel. But Tottenham go about it in the Tottenham-y way, don't they? They let a promotion side, even the way it was sort of teed up, Harry Winks playing against Spurs. They've just signed Skip as well. Vardy wasn't fully fit, and Vardy had the final laugh. Then he pointing to the Premier League badge, winding up the Spurs fans, winding up the Spurs players. I think old him and Romero were having a bit of a Barney as the game went on as well. Drinking his Red Bull when he was on fire, wasn't he? He just looked very potent up top. But there were positives and negatives, and I'm going to start with the positives because the first half was positive. We looked quite good, didn't we? We were creating a lot of chances. I thought Son and Maddison were linking up fantastic. I think Maddison was very strong. I think he had a point to prove against his old club, and he did look great. Obviously made the goal as well. Really good assist for Pedro Porro. Nodded it home, Pedro Porro. Weren't expecting that sort of goal from the Spaniard. But yeah, Maddison, coming soon, actually, on my good mate Zach Jalab's YouTube channel, we did an overrated and an underrated sort of debate show. And I argued about Maddison being underrated. I feel like he gets a lot of stick, but we saw last night in patches that he has got the potential to really, be a good talisman for this Spurs side. But speaking of other players in the team as well, I think the centre-backs looked quite good. In the early stages, really comfortable on the ball. I feel like, Papa Matasar looks good in that 8 as well. I feel like that is probably one of his starting berths. I thought that Solanke, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if many people might agree with this. I thought he had a good debut. I think, being chucked in the side at the deep end, I think he was had some good movement on the ball and off the ball. Making some good runs, had some good chances. First chance with the header, I think that was quite brave to go that low and get there. Not a bad effort whatsoever. And then also, the strike where he sort of dribbles in the box of it, straight at the keeper. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time, he's putting that either side of the Leicester keeper. But, as I say, the goal was really well worked. I thought, that is probably one of Ange's strongest teams. You could say that he's going to field. Maybe as the season goes on, he will rotate it. But there were moments where we were just being wasteful, and it was pretty much Tottenham of last season where we're creating all these chances, we're having a lot of the ball, over 71% possession, and many shots on target, but we're just not putting them away. We're not eating our dinner off the plate, which is quite annoying, especially now when you hope that the likes of Solanke, Son, Maddison are going to become more potent in this side. It is 2 points drop, really, because, Leicester looked very, at 6s and 7s early on in that game. First half were out of it altogether. And the atmosphere, the Spurs fans were in good voice. Unlike the Foxes, who, it didn't feel like their home game. It felt like they were the away side. But you just know at a 1-0 scoreline where we're sort of, as the game goes on and we're not giving them as much pressure, it just invites them back into it. And they did, get back into it. Some poor defending, really, from Spurs. Jamie Vardy latches on the ball, puts it away, 1-1, crowd lifts. We're a bit rattled, didn't know what to do in stages. But just a bit annoying, and those negatives seem to come up. The wastefulness is one of them. I think there were certain performances which were not good enough. I feel like we are desperate for that 6. Very, very desperate. I think Bentancur had an okay game, but obviously went off injured, which was such a shame to see. But just, I feel like we need that 6 who is commanding, good in the tackle, because there were so many times where the ball's getting turned over because Bentancur's maybe not finding the right pass, and the other 2 midfielders, Maddison and Son, have advanced. So are the fullbacks. So it leaves Van der Ven and Romero with a lot of work to do. I think Brennan Johnson really, really struggled. And Son also struggled as the game went on. Brennan Johnson's decision making. I mean, he had that good shot early doors. But apart from that, a bit lightweight on the ball, was managed out the game on that left-hand side. So, even like the substitutes, I think Archie Gray came on and was not, couldn't really get into a game. I think Lucas Bergvall did look good though. Richarlison struggling. So, it is early teething problems, but there is a concern. I mean, the window is still open. Hopefully we get some other players in, maybe a midfielder or something like that. But it's hard to know at these latter stages what Ange Postecoglou is going to do, what Daniel Levy is going to sanction. And yeah, I just feel like that 6 is looking ever more like it's becoming such an important position, but I don't know if we're going to solve it this summer. I don't know if it gets solved in general. It's just a bit, we've got a tough fixture schedule coming up. We've got Everton at home. I know they've just been whacked 3-0 by Brighton, but you could never, Sean Dyche's side, you can never doubt them, can you? They can always turn up and put a result in. Then we've got Newcastle away, infamously never a good place for Spurs to travel to. And then we've got Arsenal in the North London derby. And, it don't get easy. These are the games where you have to pick up points, where, Leicester coming into this, new manager, they didn't have any strikers that were fit at the time, but then Vardy obviously starts. They've got this points deduction looming. You've got to take your chances at this level. I know that sounds silly saying it about Spurs, and I don't like to be negative because I am a positive Spurs fan, but it is adding fuel to the fire for many of the arguments that I'm hearing for like transfers and style of play and stuff like that. But, I back Ange. I love Ange. I think he's great. I think he made the subs at the right time as well. It just, he said it as well. We need to take those chances. We're creating all these chances in a game, and if you're not going to put them away, you're gonna suffer, especially this way that we play so openly. But it's just frustrating that was Leicester's first proper chance after dominating them in the first half. Like, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough, and I can't argue for it or any other way. You need your players to lead. How do we go, 1-0 at half time? What is said at half time? Like, how is that not, Leicester came out all guns blazing and brought the game to Spurs. We should be at 1-0 controlling that game. You see the likes of City, they play, expansive open football. Arsenal, when they go 1-0 up, they go 2-3. We've got to start doing that if we're playing their similar style of play. But I don't agree. I don't think our defence is the issue. I will always say that I think our midfield is the issue. And, maybe, it's such a shame with the Bentancur injury. Basuma, when will he be back? It's hard to tell as well. I think Sarr is perfect in that position in the 8. I think Maddison also as well. We've got lots of 8s, just not a lot of 6s. But yeah, like if you put Basuma in that position, Does it sort of work out better? It's just a very, that result, you get more questions from it than answers. And at this stage of the season, first game in, you want to be, hitting the ground running, 3 points on the board, and you can go after that and sort of, really make a statement. I was talking to Ben Bowman earlier today and sort of said to him, how did you, we were talking about the game in the lead up, and he was saying about how Arsenal went to Crystal Palace on the opening Friday night football of the season and they put a statement win in. That's what I wanted from Spurs tonight. I wanted to have a statement win of intent that showed that we're not here to make up the numbers in the Premier League this season. A lot of people have touted us 4th, 3rd. After that tonight, you can understand the people who say 6th, 7th and 8th because it's not good enough. But, there's a lot to still happen. You've got Solanke's going to find his form. I think Son and Maddison will work better with him. And Ange will know his best team. He won't be happy with that result. And, Spurs fans will not be happy either. Because opening day against a promotion side, you've got to be getting those points in. And that's the main crux of it, isn't it? But, yeah, I'd love to know all your thoughts on this one because it's just left me a bit puzzled up in the old membrane. But as I say, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like. If you love my match reactions, smash that like button. I love doing them. I just love that raw reaction to those Spurs games because it's what it's all about, the games at the end of the day. But yeah, leave a like. Subscribe to Sonny Talk Spurs. Hit the notification bell as well. Become a member. Link in the description down below. And I've got a special video coming this week where I'm going to talk about our new signing, Wilson Odobert. And it's going to be with none other than Burnley fan Jacob Horsfall. So I'm looking forward to that. Keep your eyes peeled. I think that will go live on Thursday. But yeah, hit the notification bell and you'll know when it's gone live. But yeah, until then, hope you've enjoyed it. Speak to you guys soon. And come on, you Spurs. Let's hope we pick some points up.